In 1683, why was it vital for scouts to walk through the cellars of Vienna with musical instruments and a bag of dried peas? So I'll repeat that. In 1683, why was it vital for scouts to walk through the cellars of Vienna with musical instruments and a bag of dried peas?
Does it have something to do with pests?
Yeah, that's my initial thought.
Like 95% no.
But 5% yes!
Unless you thought of a broader definition of the word pests.
I'm assuming that you meant when you said it was 5%, right? Did you mean like, were there people? Was it a thing where like there might have been people there and the musical instruments and peas would help to kind of flush or thrash those people out from where they were?
About 70% of that is right.
Yeah, when I hear music and see peas, I'm there. You can lure me anywhere. Does it have something to do with like plague or like sickness?
Ooh.
No.
Okay, wait a minute. So let's just back up for a second though. I just want to remember all of the question. They were where? They were like underneath Vienna. Is this right?
And they were described as scouts.
Yeah, they were in like cellars and stuff like that, you know.
These pea men, are these bad men or good men?
We're just gonna go with pea men, are we? We're just gonna let that one sail up into the
scouts,
ether.
Ben.
I think that's a tough question to answer, Ben, because history is written by the whatever the rest of that phrase is.
Do you personally think that what they were doing was good or bad?
Listen, I don't want to open up. I don't want to get into my political opinions on.
I want your opinion on what they were doing.
I like the idea of a version of the podcast that you can only ask subjective opinion questions about if what happened was good or bad.
Yeah, I don't want to make a statement on the politics of this era.
Okay, wait a minute. I feel like the answer of that 70% of that was right. I'm sure I want to figure out what 70% of it was right. Were there people down there that they were trying to interact with in some way via the peas and musical instruments?
Yes, sort of. Yeah, yes-ish.
They were ghost hunting. It's well known that you can attract ghosts with like peas and musical instruments. I'm sure that's a thing I've read somewhere.
Somebody quote Tom Scott in an article saying that you are a noted authority on facts, and I want that spread around everywhere.
Tom, it's just about the opposite of that.
They were babies. They weren't ghosts, they were babies.
Wasn't that what the Pied Piper did? He was like killing children.
Oh, that's got to be what it is, right? That's got to be what it is.
They were killing children.
There were babies. No. This has got to be what it was. People. Okay, I've got it. I'm about to monologue this whole thing, and then you're going to be like, that's exactly right. Okay. In the 17th century, when people would have babies that they didn't want, what they would do is they would throw them below the streets of Vienna to get rid of them. And so to go and check and make sure that to gather up the babies to put them in orphanages, you would go around with musical instruments and peas to get them so that you could put them like in orphanages or whatever.
That's so messed up that they did that.
I think that is incorrect to like an impressive level. Like the level of creativity that took is impressive.
So there are no babies involved.
I can confirm there are no babies involved.
Wait. But Ben and Tom, when I was saying that, were you like, he's got it?
I was 100%.
Oh, I was convinced. Absolutely convinced. It's kind of a dark question for this show, but.
So I think it's worth trying to maybe figure out what musical instruments, what application could be useful when you're underground, and maybe...
Drums. Big whacking drums.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. If you're using a drum, then there's a load of bass, and it's going through walls and ceilings and things like that. So are they trying to map something underground, and there is someone above ground listening to the bass and trying to track where the drum is?
You're getting pretty close, but I think once again, it's kind of you're kind of at the opposite of what it is, Tom.
Were there people below them?
There could be people anywhere.
There could be people anywhere? Okay.
There could be people above. There could be people below. There could be people around. There could be people anywhere.
Were they trying to find people whose locations they didn't know?
Well, actually, no. I think there's a little bit more detail we need.
Okay, wait a minute. Were the people dead?
No. Remember, opposite of ghosts.
They are tax collectors trying to track down people and drums and dried peas. Are the dried peas in the drums? Are they also part of the percussion? Have they got like maracas that they're shaking back and forth that are filled with dried peas or something like that?
The peas are directly interacting with the drums.
Do you put the peas on the drum?
Yes,
and
Adam.
You bang the drum and it spreads the peas out? No?
You got close and then you went further.
Oh, I've got one. How about this? If I were trying to pick up sound, right, and figure out if there's sound happening, what I might do is put a bunch of peas on a drum, and then if there's like a vibration, the peas are going to rattle on top of the drum. Right?
And what kind of sound would you be trying to find out?
Footsteps. Movement.
Voices.
What might be a really bassy sound underground that you're trying to avoid?
A subway? What? Like a monster?
In 1683?
Oh, it's a monster. Adam
It's a
said
monster. Yeah, that was the answer. It was a monster. In 1683,
You're so close.
was there something important that happened in 1683 in Vienna? Was there a war
Yes.
of some kind? Was it
Yes.
a thing where the enemy was there, right?
Yes.
Like the guns or a cannon or something?
No.
They were making enemy sounds.
Sort of. But
Tunneling. Were they trying to figure out if they
Yes.
were trying to tunnel?
There
into
you
the
go.
city?
There you go.
Oh!
So basically, peas were vibrating on the drum heads, and that was a warning of enemies tunneling in.